Hey everybody! And a warm welcome to a new story. Today's story is called EK Attacks My Sister's Service Dog Because M Doesn't Think She Needs It. From the Entitled Parents subreddit. I hope you like it and will enjoy the time. If you like my content and this kind of videos, please leave a comment and subscribe to my channel. As always, this story is told from the OP's point of view. Enjoy it. This incident happened a few months ago. My sister Amy, 17, was physically and sexually abused by my family. I took custody of both her and my other sister Liza, 8, who was being groomed into thinking that behavior would be normal when it started for her. Liza is fine now and adjusted to living with me properly, while Amy has a long list of physically and mental impairments that affect her daily. Because of this, I got her a service dog, a German Shepherd crossbred named Lickety Split. She has a funny-shaped mark that looks like an ice cream cone on her head, and her trainers named her after one of the really old My Little Ponies. Now, Amy adores her dog. We did a few months' work with the trainer to get Lickety Split tailored towards Amy's needs, such as strangers needed to respect Amy's personal space bubble. Something I hear from people is how they struggle not to pat service dogs because they need to let them know they're a good dog, but trust me, their people let them know. Lickety gets groomed daily by Amy and they never go out without a pocket full of treats. I have 3 different stories of entitled parents and kids thinking they deserve Amy's dog more than her, and to save this from being one super long post, I'm going to share them separately. The first happened less than a month after we got Lickety Split. We were down at a local park that allowed off-lead dogs, letting our dog have a run around, and she didn't have her vest on as this was playtime for her, but I had it with me just in case she needed to go into service mode for my sister, which wasn't uncommon. I make an effort to get down to the park with Amy and Liza daily because otherwise Amy would just hide away in her blankets any chance she got, and it was good for her to be out in public and getting the fresh air. We were playing fetch with Lickety Split, taking turns throwing the ball for our happy doggo. Amy starts getting a bit antsy about an hour into our normally 2-hour-long walk, which happens, there isn't always a reason. She just gets fidgety and spooks easily, and I'd learned to recognize when she's distressed ages ago, so we called Lickety Split back. I help her into her vest, as when she's not wearing it, kids often come up to pat and join in the play, but when Amy gets anxious it's better to have Lickety Split have her attention on Amy. A young child, maybe 9-ish, she was definitely older than Liza, comes up with her mum, who had one of those obviously fake smile on her face. She didn't have the typical "can I speak to the manager" haircut, but one of those "I feel like I'm better than you and will mock sure you know it" like haircuts. She will be our Karen and her daughter will be dubbed Little Susie. Karen, why did you stop playing? Susie here was enjoying watching you play with your dog. She was actually just asking me to let her play with it, and I said yes, so would you mind giving her the ball? Me with a friendly smile, I'm sorry miss, our dog is an emotional support dog and she needs to look after my sister right now. I'm not sure why you said your child could play with her dog. I most certainly wouldn't tell my girls it was okay for them to play with things. As I explain this, I move to stand between her and Amy, who is sitting on the ground with her attention on her dog and trying to ground herself. I am very protective over both my sisters, so I leave no room for her to get near Amy, who is now on the ground, breathing heavily, while Lickety Split does her job while telling Liza to sit with her big sister and help her if she needs, as sometimes Amy needs help to calm down. Karen, that's not a real thing. Your sister isn't blind, she doesn't need a dog working for her. If you're going to be lazy, at least let my child play with the mutt. Meek guide dogs aren't the only type of service dog, miss. My sister had her dog to help with her anxiety and other mental health issues. She has her vest on now, so disturbing our dog is illegal as she needs to have her attention on my sister. Karen, dogs shouldn't be made to work for people, it's wrong that you've enslaved that poor animal. Me, miss, our dog isn't enslaved. She's simply been taught how to recognize when my sister needs help or needs to calm down. Even I went through courses to help me learn how to best cater to my sister. Our dog is treated as an extension of the family and enjoys helping my sister. Now we need to get home so I can get my sister's dinner. As I turn to my sisters, I see Susie trying to grab at Lickety-Split's tail. Liza simply plops herself down at her rear with her back to little Susie and begins patting her sister's dog's back. Deciding I'd had enough and there was no way Amy was going to calm down here, I start to pack up the girls to take them home despite it being an hour earlier than normal. I turn around and help Amy off the ground. She's in tears and shaking at this point and won't let go of Lickety-Split, who is in her alert mode due to my sister's mood. Liza complains about having to go home early as I clip on Lickety-Split's lead and hold Amy close, letting her hold onto part of the lead while I hold the handle out of caution. As we start to walk off, little Susie leaps forward and tackles our dog. Amy screams and crouches on the ground with her hands over her head in a frantic panic while I push the kid away. Lickety-Split, who is limping and whining but still goes straight for Amy and stands over her. By now she is quite angry and growling at Karen and Susie for scaring her person and hurting her. The child is crying at how I pushed her off the doggy she really wants, and all she wanted was a ride on her back. Note this kid was almost twice the size of Lickety-Split. Karen then comes up to me practically foaming at the mouth. Karen, hand over that mutt right now or I am reporting you for raping my child. Me, miss, my sisters are in my care because they were abused by their family. Report me for doing anything that could result in me losing them. I will sue you for slander. Now, your child hurt my sister's dog, so we're going to the vet. May I have your details so I can send you the vet bill? Karen, a look of dumbfounded anger over her features, reluctantly gives me her number before she takes her child and dashes. But I make sure to also write down the plate number of her car before calling the police, just in case she does make the rape claim. I am very cautious when it comes down to the custody of my siblings, as I don't trust most my family with them, and losing custody over them would kill me. We take Lickety-Split to the vet and she only minor sprains to her hind legs and back. I made sure to send the details of the vet bill to Karen, and surprise, she refused to pay until I threatened to take her to court, as Lickety-Split and all her training were not cheap. Typically here in Australia they can cost anywhere from $15,000 $50,000, and while I won't say exactly how much she cost, it was on the latter end of the spectrum and she is worth every penny. After a little back and forth she reluctantly pays before contacting me 3 days later saying she is going to sue me for the money back, to which I simply tell her I'll see her in court. It's been about 7 months now and nothing. I've never understood how people can think they're entitled to other people's pets. While I didn't mind buying Lickety-Split for Amy, she was a lot more expensive than regular dogs, and this Karen didn't even believe she was specially trained. Our dog is doing fine now and it's a massive load off me having her, as I don't feel the need to hover over Amy to make sure she's okay. But please remember never to disturb a service dog, their attention needs to be on their person. This is the more mild of my 3 stories, the other 2 needed the police to get involved. What do you think about this story? Tell me your thought in the comments. If you liked the story and the content, please leave a like, subscribe and share this video. Also have a look into my playlist for more entertaining stories.